If I told you one team outplayed the Eastern Conference leading Cavaliers twice and then walked into Boston to beat the reigning champs, all within a week, who would you think of? The Thunder? The Nuggets? Maybe the Lakers? Nope, it's the Houston Rockets.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yes, the same Rockets team that was stuck in rebuild mode for years. The same team everyone thought would be fighting for lottery picks, not wins. But this season, they've turned into one of the biggest surprises, taking down contenders, playing with relentless energy, and sending a strong message. This isn't just a young team anymore.
I think he's one of the best coaches in basketball. This brother is fantastic, okay? But Amen Thompson, this is a future star in this game. I don't care what anybody says. And that damn Jalen Green, he's going to be a star too. Look, I like what I'm seeing in Houston. She go in there and play last night. The Houston Rockets are coming. And Wendy, let me tell you something. Ime Udoka going to win a championship. Tell me, Fadita, Ime Udoka's going to win you a championship. Them brothers going to win a championship. I'm telling you right now, within the next 3 to 4 years, they winning a championship, if not sooner. I love what I'm seeing from the Houston Rockets. I love it. Love it.
With an impressive 32-15 record, sitting second in the West, the entire NBA world has been put on notice.
The Rockets are coming, and it's because of Ime Udoka.
But here's the real question. Is this just a hot streak, or are the Rockets officially a legitimate threat in the West? Before we get into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. For the better part of the 2010s, the Houston Rockets revolved around one man, James Harden. They built their entire offense around him, one that led to MVPs, deep playoff runs, and historic scoring nights. But one thing remained elusive, a championship. By 2021, both sides were ready to part ways. Harden wanted a fresh start, while Houston prepared for a rebuild. The first 2 seasons post-Harden, just 42 total wins, and a franchise seemingly stuck at the bottom with no clear path forward.
Are the Houston Rockets the worst run organization in the NBA?
John Wall said it was hell.
They're 2.5 games ahead of the Pistons. If that falters, they'll finish with the worst record for the 3rd year in a row. First team in NBA history to ever do that.
That's disgusting.
Literally generational loser.
Yet behind the scenes, something was brewing. A new identity was taking shape. Coming into the 2024-25 season, many expected Houston to stay in the middle of the league or even fall off a bit. Last year, they started with a 27-34 record before winning 13 of their next 14 games, including an 11-game winning streak. They finished with an even 41-41 record, barely missing the play-in tournament. Though they had some good moments, it was their first full year as a newly constructed team, and they couldn't gain a lot of ground in a loaded Western Conference. Fast forward to now, and the Rockets have quietly emerged as one of the most exciting, well-rounded teams in the league. They currently sit as the number 2 seed in the West with a 32-15 record by the end of January. And this month, they've made serious noise.
Into Mitchell, the world, a shot to miss, and the Rockets survive! I have no idea how they just survived that 4th quarter.
Houston has taken down some of the league's best on the road, beating championship contenders like the Boston Celtics, Denver Nuggets, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Memphis Grizzlies. These weren't lucky wins either. Over their last 4 games, the Rockets are averaging 114 points while giving up 112 on the other end. These games have been extremely close, but Houston has come through in the clutch on these occasions due to its late game defense. Wins like these, especially the dramatic showdown in Boston, where Amen Thompson hit a last-second game winner and had a career-high 33 points, draw attention on the national stage.
I'm saying, first of all, that Amen Thompson, this brother, I'm hear me good, Wendy. This is a future star in this league. You see, Wendy is so right. He plays bigger than what he is. He's a tenacious defender. Definitely a damn good rebounder. Got size, nice step back move. That was on Jalen Brown. That's who he did that to, okay? He didn't do that to just anybody. He did that to Jalen Brown. So let's remember that as well. Got nice size on him, tremendous athleticism, plays with a lot of energy, is fierce, got a lot of heart, etc.
Thompson's rapid rise from an energetic bench player to a budding star has added yet another matchup nightmare to Houston's arsenal. In 21 games as a starter, the 22-year-old has been putting up remarkable numbers: 17 points on 54% shooting, along with 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks per game, all while playing nearly 38 minutes a night. For the number 4 pick in the 2023 draft, this level of production at such a young age is nothing short of outstanding. shooting. What's even more exciting about Thompson is his elite athleticism. His defensive versatility makes him a game changer in crucial moments of the game. With his size and skill set, he can guard any position in today's NBA, making him a future Defensive Player of the Year candidate. As his shooting continues to improve, his ability to dominate in transition will only become more lethal. If you take a closer look at the Rockets roster, one thing stands out. There isn't a true face of the franchise. No undisputed star who defines the team and fans gravitate toward, like SGA, Anthony Edwards, or Ja Morant. Ever since Harden left, Houston hasn't had that one player who stands above the rest. Instead, they've built a deep group of young talent, each with their own potential, flanked by veteran role players. Another name making waves is Tari Eason, the other half of Houston's Terror Twins. Eason thrives on turning games ugly for his opponents, and when healthy, his impact has been undeniable. So far this season, he's averaged 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals per game, while shooting 48% from the field. Those stats would be impressive for a full-time starter, but Eason is doing this in just 23 minutes per game, making his per-minute production absurd. Defensively, Eason is a menace, aggressively playing passing lanes, contesting shots inside and out, battling on the glass, and making life miserable for opponents. Offensively, he's all about hustle and instincts. His movement isn't always smooth, but he finds ways to score, takes smart shots, and rarely turns the ball over. His freakish athleticism certainly helps, but his ability to maximize every minute on the court is what sets him apart. The Terror Twins bring an electrifying energy to Houston, but if there's one player driving the Rockets' turnaround, it's Alperen Şengün. When the Rockets first drafted him in 2021, most people thought he'd be a decent role player at best, but fast forward to last season, and Şengün was already averaging 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. At just 22 years old, he's been compared to Nikola Jokic for his footwork, passing, and ability to control the offense.
Alperen Sengun, beast. He's got shades of Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol, Jokic. He's got shades of like the great bigs that can pass, that can shoot, that can play make. Super high IQ player. Like, I love his game. The greatest part of his game at that size, at that position, his playmaking. Flashiness where he can, like on some Magic type, he can really hoop. He's got a good touch, good feel. He's got playmaking, great vision. He's got a full, complete package at the center position. He's gonna be like the baby Joker.
Şengün has become the Rockets' go-to guy when they need a bucket, a smart playmaker who can find teammates, and a big man who can hold his own against the league's best. He was one of the biggest snubs from last year's All-Star game, but this season, he finally got that recognition. Defensively, he's locked in, ranking 6th in individual defensive rating and trailing only Nikola Jokic and Domantas Sabonis in assists among centers. So far this season, he is averaging a career-high 1 block per game and 11 rebounds per game. Perhaps the only downside for Şengün is his lack of a three-point shot, but for a team that focuses on defense and has other scorers, it hasn't affected Houston yet. While Şengün's rise has been remarkable, one star can't transform a franchise alone. That's where Jalen Green steps in. As the Rockets' leading scorer, he and Şengün have formed one of the most exciting young duos in the NBA. Now in his 4th season, the former number 2 overall pick is putting up 21 points, 4 rebounds, and nearly 3 assists per game. Green hit those marks in the past few years, but he is shooting a career best from the field and from deep, while also turning himself into a much stronger defender in the process. Though he's not at the point where he can compete for a scoring title, Jalen remains one of the most explosive talents, capable of getting buckets from anywhere on the floor.
Amen Thompson this time with a defensive play. Now finds Jalen Green.
In January, he's been on an absolute tear, averaging 30 points on 48% from the field and 43% from 3. His dominance earned him the nickname January Jalen, and in a win against the Grizzlies, he tied his career high in points, scoring 42 on an incredible 72% shooting. He joined Hakeem Olajuwon as the only players in Rockets history to total 40-plus points on at least 70% from the field in a game before turning 23. If Green can refine his shot selection and become a more efficient, well-rounded scorer, he has all the tools to be a superstar in this league. The Houston Rockets have more young talent worth mentioning beyond these 4 players. One standout is Jabari Smith Jr., a versatile wing with star potential. At just 21 years old, he has plenty of time to grow. With an expanded role this season, Smith has displayed greater confidence in his game. Another promising piece is Cam Whitmore, who impressed during his rookie season. Though his role has diminished this year, he's still providing valuable scoring with 10 points per game. Last but not least, there's rookie Reed Shepherd, who came into the 2024 draft with a reputation as the best shooter in his class. Selected 3rd overall, he initially struggled to find minutes in this Houston team that was ahead of schedule.
6 players in double figures.
Another 3 for Shepherd.
However, he made a statement in his first G League appearance, exploding for 49 points while hitting 8 3-pointers, along with 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. His jaw-dropping performance recently earned him a call-up to the first team. The most surprising aspect of the Rockets' early season success isn't just their strong record, it's how they're winning games. Despite averaging nearly 114 points per game, only one player on the roster is putting up over 20. In fact, they're the only team in the league with 7 players scoring in double digits. Even more shocking, they're thriving despite struggling in areas most teams rely on for success. Houston ranks near the bottom in 3-point shooting, 28th in accuracy, 26th in makes, and 22nd in attempts. They don't take many threes, and when they do, they're not efficient. But it's not just their perimeter struggles, their overall shooting hasn't been great either, as they sit 24th in field goal percentage at just 45%. On top of that, ball movement has been a major weakness, with the Rockets ranking 30th in assists per game. Yet despite all these flaws, they haven't just been winning, they've been doing it convincingly. So what's the secret behind their success? If there's a moment that defines Houston's turnaround, it's the hiring of Ime Udoka in 2023. Udoka had already proven himself as an elite coach, leading the Celtics to the 2022 NBA Finals with a defense-first mentality.
And it goes right to Wiggins against Williams.
And when he arrived in Houston, he instilled that same gritty, high-intensity style. The Rockets transformed into a defensive force, pressuring ball handlers, dominating rebounds, and contesting every shot. Gone are the days of the offense-first approach from the Harden era. This team grinds out wins by playing tough physical basketball, and to make this system work, they needed the right players. That's where Houston made some of the best moves of 2023. The first major signing, Fred VanVleet, a former undrafted player who worked his way up to becoming an NBA champion with the Raptors. VanVleet knows exactly what it takes to win. He's not here to put up crazy stats, but his leadership and experience are priceless. He's the guy setting the tone for Houston's young core, showing them what it takes to compete every night. And if your veteran leader is one of the hardest working players in the league, that energy spreads throughout the locker room. Then there's Dylan Brooks, the NBA's biggest villain. Known for his fearless trash talking and physical play, the Grizzlies eventually let him go because they felt he was too much of a distraction.
In 3, a little side step in here. With a move by Brooks, it was deflected, it's loose, hold on!
But in Houston, he's been exactly what they needed. Brooks toned down the antics but kept the intensity. He takes on the toughest matchups, bringing grit and a defensive edge to his team. For all the progress the Rockets have made, they still have one major weakness: their offense. In today's NBA, great defense alone won't get you far. You need efficient scoring to truly compete. That's the next step for them. The most exciting part? This squad is still young and hungry to prove everyone wrong. Şengün, Green, Smith, and Thompson all have room to grow, and if they upgrade offensively, Houston could legitimately become a championship contender in a few years. This season was supposed to be about rebuilding, yet the Rockets have defied expectations, emerging as one of the most exciting teams in the league, one that no opponent wants to face. Under Udoka's leadership, they're on track to secure the franchise's first winning season since 2020. A 50-win campaign is well within reach, as is home court advantage in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. After 5 long years, their postseason drought is finally coming to an end.
The Rockets are coming, and it's because of Ime Udoka.
So can they take that next level? Will they be a serious playoff threat, or is this just the beginning of something even bigger? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.